To be or to be or not. To be or fuck. Brains contain space. Space behind faces. Faces face the world and shape it to reactions. Reaction, action, act, just act. It's your fucking job to true. But this mental lapse comes at a penalty. It hinders my creativity, creatively stunting my creative growth. Why, you ask? I'll tell you. I haven't had sex in weeks. My knees are weak. This geek freak needs release. Word lines have turned to blurred lines. This shit is fucking with my livelihood. It's like the desert is dry. So you take the word desert, add an S, turn it to dessert. Add another S, turn it to desserts. Now replace those 3 S's with 3 X's. I am in heaven. I've gotten so desperate, I've searched through my phone through all my exes. I need help. Now I'm a good man, but even the good can get tempted when Lucy is holding that round, voluptuous, curvy, wet, dripping apple for all to see. And then your savior comes. Your savior arrives. 2 bodies collide, throbbing, tremoring, pulsating, pulses get quicker, the air gets thicker, your grips get tighter, we scream louder, we climb higher to climax, I'm changing tactics, she's reacting, reaction, action, act, just fucking act, it's your job to. We come to a conclusion, I come to a revelation, sex is freedom of the mind, so unbind the bind and just let it unwind, swing free, sting free, sing free, free at last, free at last, To be or not to be? That is the question.
Like the slow gleam of the stars, my soul talks. I let it walk, stretching its legs and testing its voice in the silence of space. It dances through fragmented galaxies that spill from half-baked humans with half-baked thoughts. The immortal part of us all that glides through time and watches us die, one that twists in the turns of the moon, searching for silence that echoes hollow. And it hears the howl of the wind plummeting into your head, trying to remind you you're still alive. And how it listens to the great thunder of a storm that transcends space and crashes on your face, uttering bits of desire into your hair. As flesh touches cloud. Pretend you're there, and nothing will feel right until my soul talks. I'll let it walk, stretching its legs and testing its voice. It dances through fragmented galaxies and returns, dripping, with half-baked thoughts to this half-baked human.
My face has this funny way of exposing itself. It is always naked, out in the open, bare, an unintended sacrifice. Beholds all of my greatest secrets and does not apologize for them. My face is seen with no precaution. Eyes stay alert, always giving themselves away before words do. They do not close in secret, but open in disobedience. They've shown reflections of a broken home, watched the walls cave in and called it family, been gifted the sight of broken hearts, seen bridges burn and called it friendship. They have seen hell, and so they glare in fury. They do not flinch, for the pain is all too familiar a feeling. They have seen men make home of me and find shortcuts to my soul. Always searching for the quickest way out, my eyes have yet to meet their match, have not yet witnessed a clear conscience. When you look at my mouth, all you can see is an uncracked code. Something in pout or flat line acts as dead weight, as anchor. Something I always have on trial, but my face requires no formal verdict. It will side-eye and sassy, raise brow in judgment, half smirk and sarcasm. It does not censor, it simply presents itself, bold-faced, like look me in my face and lie to it. Then watch it stop you in your tracks, face that already knows the lie as it forms in your mouth, that will erupt in protest, that boils blood in habit, that cuts throat in resistance. Look at you, face. How you've seen hell and haven't blinded. How you've carried burden and haven't wrinkled. How you've planted in the ground and turned seed, face. A cryptic code I've sealed shut. A broken home I found comfort in.
When I blink, I can see the past flashing through my eyes. A little boy was hiding inside a cave alone. His parent let him be on his own. He has eyes, but he cannot see, because no one there to talk to him. And he has ear, but he cannot hear, because no one to talk to him. He has legs, but he cannot walk, because he doesn't know where to go. And he has brain that cannot think, because no one there to teach him. And he has name that never been called, because he was abandoned.
I remember when breasts had withdrawn and tummy caved in. Thighs could not support, booty went on sabbatical, but now dreary yellow has vanished from eyes. Sun kissed the skin this summer when love arrived. Filling heart, soul, flooding out into body, out tips of small bony fingers and savage hair. I look at this body and I wonder how it will transform as new life grows within it. And these kitten scratches and love bites turn to stretch marks and humbled nipples. In all its perfect unity, this body contains multitudes.
My hair, a physical representation of pettiness. It sits on top of my head out of spite and curls out of resistance. My hair, the child I never asked for. Like, how dare you stand up after I tried to lay you down with edges that refuse to be controlled. My hair and I have been through some things together, like the perm I've been using since middle school, or the gel I tried last week, or the dye I've been using for the past 4 years. But dear hair, don't get too comfortable. You may be getting your revenge now, but my hair and my exes have one thing in common. That being that I never lost one I ever needed back. Because the new one always grew in its place. My hair, a spitting image of its mother, stubborn as hell, always knew how to hold a grudge. But my hair is still the crown I wear proudly, with a mane that would make Mufasa jealous. But if it dare acts up, I will show it who the real king of the jungle is. My hair, with a bounce back that will make Becky uncomfortable, but she has tried time and time again to recreate it and has failed with her mini buns and her boxer braids. But if she dare touches this crown, she best be ready to square up for real. Dear hair, I love you and all of your kinkiness, though I've tried to straighten you into submission. But hair, don't get too comfortable. Please humble yourself, because I brought you into this world, and I will cut you out.
Things will get better, little girl. You will grow and you will learn. You will try and you will fail. You will flounder and flail. Things will get better, little girl. This feeling won't last. Things will get better, little girl. You will walk and travel and cross. You will uproot and wander and go. You will make it on your own. Things will get better, little girl. You will find a place to call home. You will feel safe and happy and complete. You will know love and kindness and laughter. Things will get better, little girl. You will kiss someone who loves your uneven lips. You will look at someone who shines in your beautiful brown eyes. You will love the smile that comes on your face at the hand on your sparkling cheek. Things will get better, little girl. You will love yourself first. You will feel confident and beautiful and sure. You will walk and know exactly what for. Things will get better, little girl. You will speak and be heard. You will smile and be seen. You will love and be loved in return. Things will get better, little girl. Maybe when you're not so little anymore.
Yes, sir, I can do that for you, sir. No problem, sir. No, sir, I am not your mammy. I am that big black woman whose sex appeal you deny, whose stretch marks you count, whose gospel soul you rely on as a default, whose valid arguments are locked down into your false definition of sex, whose dimensions you limit, who you say lack stamina, yet you run and fall into my arms when your mental effort fails you. And I, your one-dimensional mammy, is left to carry you on top of my own longings to fruition. Yes, I am a powerhouse, but I am also complications and contradictions. I can be vulnerable, sexy, vengeful, and just plain fucking content. I don't hold the answers to the world or the morals to your fucked up ingenue stories. I can be a soul-searching protagonist. I am God. Did you know that I was God? Wrapped up in glorious black skin, giving birth to my mitochondria to every shade of skin. Did you know that when my thighs clap together, there's thunder? That when I weep, for every black boy slain, rain pours down and waters your crops? My arms bear iron scars, for every black woman scorned. I can laugh and give you spring, make love and your summer days are aroused. The sun is my daughter, and the moon is my son. They eclipsed in my womb, and then I sent them out to play. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't know. Well, excuse me for taking Audrey's advice and rebuking the change you set to put on my mind, my womb, my time. Oh, I hope you try that shit again. And watch as godly blessings turn into burning wraths. Did you know you should not play with God? And I am your God.
Mother couldn't bring me forth until she believed great-grandmother kept me safe in space beyond, spirit awaiting form. Sun met Chiron in Cancer, moon settled in Scorpio, and as Libra ascended, I came into the world. Ashkenazi Jewish, Irish Catholic, New York mishmash, phenomenologically dynamic psycho. Great-grandmother gave me her name from the grave. Great-aunt traced stars in my sky, rendering visions of writing in Europe. 6-year-old novels never got past table of contents. Lost myself in books and found myself on stage. Told myself an actor was who I was. Just tried to memorize my lines so I could forget myself. For the approval of those who are kids in grown bodies, manipulating fragile, semi-formed egos, demanding we worship their typecasts of us to soothe their evaporated dreams, lost innocence, till our dreams dried up too. Lost my innocence in the cemetery. Followed dying dreams to drama school. Found psychedelic love in Manhattan. High priestess awaiting ventures of a fool. Method trances easy to fall into in Carlo Rossi clouded classes. Existence turned in on itself. Too many other things more important than the business of white American spectacle. My world turned upside down and inside out until it shattered and I died in a purple haze. Times midwife and therapy as doula gradually guided rebirth. Working paycheck to paycheck, witnessing value of hard work, realizing I was given everything, deserving nothing. Recognizing insignificance of my despair, inherited or personal, the bleak vastness of disappointed dying earth, where civilization obscures and vanquishes sacred natural abundance. Loved a sad man once who told me, fuck what anyone else thinks. Everyone's a mixed bag anyway. Do what I want to do. He never did what he said he would do, so I did, and I found new love. I'm here now. I can hear now, and I'm learning to listen so I can go where I am summoned.
Leaving me left with almost nothing, empty doesn't even begin to describe how I feel. Terribly stripped of everything I once called home, forgetting what it's like to live inside my own. Regret. Every word in my mind is synonym, every voice in my head says it constantly. Don't know if it's because my brain is attacking itself or maybe I'm just crazy. Reasonable thing to think, I mean, imagine feeling trapped inside your own body. Nothing more that I want to be free, but guess my ears won't ever hear anything but my screams.
Feel it, just clap. Yay.
I make my music silent, don't fight my face with violence. I run the game with these, I am the queen called your highness. My courage gives me power, I get more by the hour. I don't need no approval, but I like my music louder. I've been played so many times, I call the game my name. I don't request more respect, so if you like my song, don't ever try to test me, cause you know I came too late. I only win cause Lauren said I know I'm right with it. If you try to come between this paper, we gon' have some problems. I don't play with my money, best believe me, I am solemn. If I had to pick my poison, I would choose the time with honor. I don't worry about losses cause I feel that living is too short. You call me vain, I'll tell you I'll survive the sea of doubt. So if I wanna love myself, then let me have my crowd. I don't need hateration, if you have it, please get out. I'm happy with myself because you know I'm black and proud.
I am so conceited. Every perfect imperfection tells a story, a background, a history. Cheeks that have endured the love of lips. A hand that embraces and attacks. Ears that have eavesdropped on a mother crying for the safety of her children. Ears that have heard the laughter of a father. A jawline so sharp you can see generations of sharp-ass jawlines that came before it. Glossy eyes that have stared the likeness of life and death in the face. Eyes that have both given and received monumental suffering. A mouth that has spewed love and hate, laughter and crying. That mouth has tasted the bittersweet flavor of affection and loved it. That face has loved. That face is loved. What a masterpiece.
This is the poem where I come up for air, ask myself to breathe again, tell myself I'm not the way I feel, tell myself I'm not driftwood, that swimming is the answer, that swimming itself is always reaching, and that is an okay thing to do, to extend the body and ask for forgiveness and for the body to say, no need to apologize. That this is what being human means, to not go quietly in the night, but to wait for dawn, to wait for the hook. It will be casted out from the shore. The water will boil, the kettle will screech, the wood will ember, the ash will dissolve, and the hook catches. And it is a smooth throw, and the clock strikes 12, and the hand appears. And it is the one I've always dreamed of. So I swim out, I reach out and grab it, their grip is secure. They pull me in, we break through the sealed water, the air is clear again. My skin glimmers, and my lungs don't burn, and my lungs don't burn, and the soil feels fresh, and there I am, unfolding, pulling myself, out of the ash and ember, out of locusts, coming up for air.
Letting it go as it clouds my mind. Each vein in my brain slowly unwinds, tearing the chains off of the freedom inside. Free me! I've been trapped inside. Rowing my boat gently towards the light, etching my dreams as a map for display. Everything fading into the veil of the night. Dreaming my way into a new time, over the borders of the prisons of my mind, making a way for all lights to shine. If I knew that I would soon die, never again would I let my soul cry, growing each moment in the tomb where I lie.
Sometimes, when old is new, I hear sunrise, sunset, and cry too. The vapor of the hot steam makes my eyes steam. And I remember those 3 little angels dressed in white, telling you not to worry as you flew down the stairs like I did once. I feel you, and your mother, and her mother, and her mother, as I cover the bowl with a cloth, not a paper towel. I know you're there amidst battles of ghosts and demons, preserving my heart, lifting my voice in that Shalom Aleichem dance of patriarchs and seraphim.
Yesterday, I sat next to my father on his favorite textile chair. He has a newborn in one hand and a TV remote in another. Hands full, like always, opaque, but a mirror to this body. I study his outline, write essays of his phenotype, plant rows of chocolate orchids, each seed beckoning to forget how he failed me. Every time he forgets my name, doesn't show up, isn't invited anyway, loves his new kids more, waits behind his hunger for wholeness. Today, I sit next to my father in his favorite textile chair. He has a newborn in one hand, remote in another. We
glares into the TV, coos his new baby boy, and looks over to me and says, "Cheyenne, pass me the baby's diaper." It is winter, and chocolate orchids are complicated. They do not bloom in cold. My harvest has died, so this is a beckoning to see me whole. Yesterday, I needed him to feel full, but today, I sketched myself whole.
And when I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror, I see someone who doesn't imagine dying. So I call this convincing, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting for boulders to crush down on me. I'm waiting for fizz to rise to the surface. I'm waiting for volcano to rupture. I'm waiting for earthquake to shake. I'm waiting for earthquake to shake. I'm waiting for earthquake to shake, split my body into two, for all the weight to shift, for my hands to not be so forgiving, for my feet to no longer stay permanent, to emerge from this recluse place full of motion and swinging, to warrant the fire, knock back bottles or break them. I don't care, to scream, to cry, to pop off in the middle of a supermarket or a coffee shop or a fucking library, to lose myself, to hit rock bottom as if I haven't been here this whole time. I'm longing for the free fall, but instead I am a plateau, or a lonely secluded island, or a metal rod waiting for lightning to strike down on me. But instead, I'm just nails being filed down. It's a slow process, but I'm wearing thin. I am barely of something. I'm redundancy. I'm the ghost who doesn't know they're already dead, but by now I've skipped all the steps and jumped the gun. When my father had his brain hemorrhage, I finally felt like I had a reason for feeling so much of everything and so much of nothing all at the same time. This is the falling. This breakdown is not a textbook procedure. Rock bottom looks different for everybody, but I keep seeing it as the same thing. My brain too has shown me no mercy. I keep questioning when I'll get there, but I've cut my ties, damned myself into corners, hit so many walls that I've become numb to it or immune to it, to the point where I can't tell the difference, and this has prevented me from being what I'm supposed to be. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be, and it's unfair for you to be able to calculate how lucky you are and for you to not feel any of it. So instead, I'm stuck here in this standstill, already at bottom, and in the wake of this falling, I look into the mirror, see a version of myself I've never seen before, see exhaustion and no form of flattery, see this tired for what it is, which is damn tired, and see that this is nothing to be excused or compromised, and see that this is no convincing.
Our love multiplies, divides, hurts, heals, opens, closes, accepts, denies, claims, releases, sings, dances, hums, buzzes, realizes, Stomps, releases, erases, recalls pain, imagines colors, surrounds, succumbs, laughter.
Than what I feel for you. No sweeter song, no words untrue. Dearest mother, when you nursed me, you sang. When you bathed and clothed me, you sang. When you put me to bed, you sang. You sang when you were happy. You sang when you were sad. You sang when you were angry as hell and lonely as can be. Your voice echoed through our home's paper-thin walls and always set my mind at ease. It's no surprise that in my new homeland I search for that same homey comfort. I sit and listen to this young and beautiful girl belting her heart out in a half-empty jazz cafe. And I think of you, Mom, who gave up on this dream for your children. We became your audience, you performed for us toddlers, and my music-loving soul thanks you for that. Yet, even though I am nearly an adult, I still need to hear the sound of your voice. I sit alone, lonely in this jazz cafe, and wish I could hear you sing your favorite jazz songs. I wish I could see you at my age. They tell me to just look in the mirror, and you're there. Mother, you did more than sing away the troubles of life. You created the soundtrack of my childhood. It plays softly in the back of my mind as I make my own dinner and drive myself around and solve my own problems. It plays as a reminder that you exist, that you support me, that you love me. Thank you. I am your creator. Whether you like it or not, this black woman birthed the world. I am God, and yet you disrespect me, nibbling away at my dignity. How dare you bite the hand that feeds you? Feasting on my figure, yet have the nerve to ask me for more. I am God. I made this earth and I made you. I brought you into this world, so don't think I won't. I am a loving God, a forgiving God, an accepting God, but this God will not be walked all over. I am your mother, sacrificing my own skin for your protection. I am earth. From the soil to the water to the fire to the air you breathe, yet you spit on earth. Tear up everything that is sacred because you're in love with your creed. I am God, the one that knows it all, but no matter how much I say it, you still won't listen.
She gave birth to the moon, resurrects the sun each morning, shepherds the beings that come from her womb, fosters her love throughout the oceans, her voice be the comforter of salvation, whispering, chanting, panting for your awakening, saving her sisters daily. She be the lifeguard of nature. Call her mother. Matter of fact, put some respect on her name. Call her Queen Mother, divine wife of the universe, rekindling the deepest parts of your soul. The I am is she. Because if there's no I am, there's no me, there's no we. From her bosom be heaven's milk, from her lips be honeydew, From her crown be passion fruits. Her Orisha is eternal, providing halos of rose golden protection for her sisters. Yes, it is she.
Better than the sharpest memory. Letting the words spell themselves. We write to remember where we've been and to see what's to come. We write because someday what we write will make sense to ourselves or someone else. To face it and release it. Or maybe rearrange the letters until a new world is brought forth. To name something is to create it. Calculate absolute value of its existence. We write because the power of creation is more valuable than the greatest amassment of wealth. We write because in our own words, we find ourselves again and again in a world that keeps telling us to get lost. We write to remember to never forget.
Baby, baby, come on, won't you lighten my world, won't you lighten my world? Baby, baby, come on, won't you lighten my world? Cigarette low, vanilla dripping down your lips now. Sweet talking, darling, I don't even feel a thing now. Fresh espresso, got me frothing up within. It's chocolate in your garden and your smile filled with sin. Your daisy sent back darkness and these dropping at your knees. You my cherry blossom, cover me up in your leaves. And we could all get lost and find honeysuckle wings. The stars connect the dots and pull me through your galaxy, you know what? I'm not afraid to die inside a world that's not my home. Don't let them know, don't let them know that we could sit on more, but won't that mean we lose our soul? Just let them go, just let them go. Princess wanna know, okay? Princess wanna know, okay? Princess, princess wanna know, okay? Princess wanna know, okay? Princess, princess wanna know, okay? Princess wanna know, okay? Princess, princess wanna know, okay? Princess wanna know, okay? Now. Yeah. Why they won't stop till we all got broken hearts? Watch. All the scars, all the scars, all the scars. Trying to drain us of everything we are. When they realize that we ain't gonna drop. Caught. How they never found themselves a shooting star. They ain't never gonna find who we are. Take a day to relay where my pain at. Cause my face doesn't hang when I say that. Bought a smile for $1 and I broke it out the bottle. Turned to God and asked if she can go repay that. Cause the sun only hangs where it's safe at. Send a raise as he prayed he can change that. But all these daisies pushed they with the pavement. He ain't gonna save us, that's just who we are. I'm not afraid to die inside a world that's not my own. Don't let them know, don't let them know, no. And we could sit on walls, but won't that mean we lose our mindset? Princess wanna know, okay? Princess wanna know, okay? Princess,
shea butter aura is still all up in my bed. I've been searching for someone since the moment you left, and I promise I won't find nobody better than yourself if I'm honest. Today, I saw you. I had planned for this moment oh so delicately. I would walk up to you, you'd look me up and down. I'd say something so slick and sly. I'd see that wide, white smile contrasted against flawless brown skin. Watch as it turned red as I confessed the slight crush I had for you. See, you wouldn't reject me because I made sure I was wearing my good cologne. My curls were popping, my hands were ashy, my lips were moisturized, kissable. I even got new shoes. See, my strut was undeniable. I would peacock my feathers and let them fly, so you'd see my flying and compliment it. Then I'd tell you how beautiful you are, how your physicalities embody the perfections of God himself. You'd smile, I'd smirk, get your number, go on a couple dates, see where it goes, 'cause I'm looking for a chance to be with you again, to give you every ounce of this loving bodies touching, get it popping like that. The time is now. I walked up to you, stride for stride, purpose in mind, ready to get these fantasies behind and make you mine. I choked. I looked into your eyes and I got lost in a sea of unfathomable beauty. Your voice spun me around. My heart simultaneously stopped, sped up, and slowed down. It sang notes sweeter than anything my ears have ever heard. Just like that, you brought out a side of me I thought I had left back in high school. Out rose the awkward me who only possessed the ability to speak when spoken to. Out rose the awkward me who would just stand there, smiling. Not even the charming type of smile, the awkward, why are you still? Out rose the awkward me who buried paragraphs of emotions and seconds of small talk. And no amount of experience, change of clothes, hair, swagger could ever push him back to the depths of hell from where he came. And just like that, every single woman I pretended to love looked back and crumbled into tiny grains of salt. Your shea butter aura is still all up in my bed. I've been searching for someone since the moment you left, and I promise I won't find nobody better than yourself if I'm honest. I'm searching for a chance to be with you again, to give you every ounce of this loving bodies touching, get it popping like that. Today, I saw you. And I choked.
Hey there, pretty mama, why you started drama when we're not even promised what will come tomorrow? Such a pretty thing, what is our life? I'm in this picture, so don't you miss it. Walk around with closed eyes. What's your price? What's your ambition? Ask the sky why you live it, or just forget it. Paint a picture that's already been framed. Your mistress and rewind and admit it. You missed a turn back there or something, but you ain't gotta change. I know just who you are, so don't you hide it. Peel back your disguise, I'm trying to see you at your finest. Alright then, at least you know that I'll always ain't got the best of me. Deep breath in and then we let it all the negative. Just told the kids he ain't ask me why I'm hesitant. Secondhand smoke don't smell bad no more. So it's coconut curls, mask, and pastel drawers. Matter of fact, peel back and let a brother focus. I said stop. I'ma teach these jokers how to protest, get it on their own. Make them stand up straight before they walk up in your home. Cause when it's with me, I swear you can't relax. Give them my all and then it never roll back. Hold me down. Let's just drown up in this moment. Slow motion. Let them know it's ours. I know just who you are, so don't you hide it. Peel back your disguise, I'm trying to see that you'll find this alright then. At least you know that I'll always be riding. You should know one thing is that you'll always be my highness, alright then. That ain't gonna change.
Sure you waking up? Ooh. Like a leaky faucet in a dreadful abandoned apartment. I drip for you, counting the time, measure by measure, remaining wet, in hopes that you might come through the door and turn on the faucet, allowing me to fall, to cascade into your hands. I, both freezing and boiling, am under your command, awaiting your direction. God, please, please don't shut me off. Please pay your water bill.
Sorry that I'm walking through your life, pretending that I'm the one who can make you smile. Promises that I made just to make you fall. And the trick that I play just to collect your heart. And I'm sorry that I walk away from your life, pretending that I didn't see you cry. And I'm sorry that I'm not there to catch you when you fall. And I'm sorry that I played with your heart for too long until it broke. And I'm sorry that I left you with an empty body and a broken heart. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry.
Carve yourself into my skin. I wanted to let you in again. Wait, cause it's been 6 years since you walked out my life. You up and disappeared. You got me fooled. It's your blue ass eyes. The way you dance around, you got me hypnotized. We both move on, and it takes one glance to pull us both back in a trance. Look at you, look at me. I thought we always been an ocean rippling, blue ass sea, deep and vast, healing all our wounds. I wanted space for me and you, galactic love, no space or time. I heard your love in the wind chimes. It's perfect and beautiful in every way. Salt water dripping down my face. I feel the tears and it can't be real. Reality here trying to make a deal. Let's trade my dreams for yours and hers. Turn our love into a blur. I'm hurt, broken, and confused. It's been 6 years and it's still a bruise. I thought I left the pain in the past, but I wanna find love and you still my last. I wanna find love and you still my last. I wanna find love and you still my
It's hard to give up when you hear the whispers of your ancestors at your heels, guiding your feet, massaging your limbs, caressing your mind, steadying your chest. They'll put words in your mouth. Calling, calling, I can hear my ancestors. They'll play stories on your soul, carve comedic truths onto your melanated skin, name you Sankofa, so you can go back and get every right they were denied. Make you loosen up their shackles with your black girl magic. Teach you how to love that which might be sold away. Wade in the water when them cops pull you over. When your black girl joy ain't enough to make you want to live. When Becky steals your shit over and over again. When you are weary with the ways of the white world and their white God. When they tell you that you are limiting yourself with your black art. But you know that all art belongs to you in the first place. But you still confuse your art with self-care. Neglecting that unity can be self-care. You forget. Your stories are your ancestors' stories. Retold, revamped. And answer me this. How you gonna fix yourself a plate when you ain't sure grandma done ate? Remember the first time you heard your grandma sing, oh, happy day. And in mocking her trills, you learned you could sing. And that switch in your hip is from watching your mama dance. And the only reason why you're an alto is from sitting on the top step looking down at your grandfather in his living room, singing to Anita Baker, waiting for her to giving you the best that I got. Everything you are, they were. Everything you have, they gave. Everything you sing, they composed. Everything you dance to, they choreographed. Everything you listen to, they set the tune. It's that epic memory in you. Centering that creative being that is that gift in you. So that every time you sing, you see your grandma waving from the choir stand. And every time you dance, you see your mama dancing to Mary J. in the kitchen. And every time you listen to music, you become your grandfather, sitting in his living room. Every time you speak, you remember your great-grandma, Grace Hill, telling stories in her rocking chair. She's here. They're here. Can you see them? Can you feel them? Can you hear them? I can hear my ancestors. Can you hear my ancestors calling? I can hear my ancestors. Can you hear my ancestors calling?
First Timothy 6, verses 1 and 2. All slaves should show full respect for their masters, so they will not bring shame onto the name of God and his teachings. God is a white man at war with mortality. Deceit, his only weapon. Death, an impossibility. Respect really means obedience. Shame is looking in the mirror and ignoring the ghost's reflection. Words, an alphabetic ammunition. No word formed against me, a titanium battle cry, shielding black bodies from the dagger of scripture. conjuring ancestors who could not read or write, but sang every word of freedom. No word formed against me a battle cry. It acknowledges an inevitable death. Our bodies are not above God. Drapetomania was once a conjectural mental illness said to cause black slaves to flee captivity. God said, escaping makes me sick. His words marry my hands and feet. His words marry my hands and feet. Bind me like Bible, script me slave, subhuman, corpse. I want to die in Dunkirk, Jamaica, but God laid his hand on my face, pushed it into the soil. Soot furnishes my teeth. I kneel, graze beside the demon pigs, desperate for the divorce of limbs, broken clocks, with the idea of heaven.
Buzzing, radar keep buzzing. Yeah, 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 yeah. I felt so displaced in that white ocean, surrounded by the faces of those who may call themselves the original Jews, denying the fact that all colors permeate from my black ocean. My black soil is what allowed for your ascension. My black wife's waters quench your thirst consistently. My black body was plundered by so many white terrorists that I lost count. My black soul is constantly reprimanded by white skin comments like, slavery has been over for 400 years. Why are you still whining about it? People might as well ask, was the enslavement of black people even a genocide? Was it even a Holocaust? So as a token of gratification, you segregated my black history, separated my roots like a crooked gardener, portrayed me in sections smaller than outhouses in your museums, just to deny my Ethiopian fatherhood. You attempted to redact my history and speak on my name in blackface. You attempted to be on my side for a little bit, but pushed me to the wolves through your lack of silence. You attempted to speak on my oppression through songs and hymns, but your lack of soul revealed itself when your social status was threatened. You told me my black Jew history started during the Harlem Renaissance. Your voice becomes timid when I quote Bob Marley and tell you my black soul was a part of the Exodus in Egypt. You grope with your eyes, your nonverbal signals follow suit as you lynch my truth through your cognitive dissonance. I can tell you hate me, but if you hate me, you hate your ancestry. If you hate me, you hate your father and mother. It is through my wife's black ocean that your existence was even considered. It is through my black soil that you were even allowed to taste freedom. It is through my black body that you were even allowed to gain some type of privilege. Yet as a token of gratification, you segregated my black history, reduced me into sections smaller than outhouses in your museums, just to deny the fact that we black Jews are your parents.
Tales of Armageddon say, don't fear the white horse. That the man on his back with crown perched on his skull and bow drawn could be the Spirit of God, come to vanquish all the demons. I'm paraphrasing for comfort. To be honest, the verse isn't quite specific. It says conquer, not who to conquer, and if I have not ascended, does that make me demon? I've been told my entire life not to fear white. White is here to help. But watch as people as dark as me, if not darker, slain at the hands of white, and they say trust. I trust God. I just don't trust that a white man on a white horse is here to save me. I'll save my cheers of salvation for the face of God. A black face in my mind.
What if the sun doesn't rise in the morning? What if dawn never arrives? What if the rooster stays in bed? What if tomorrow is a lie? What will happen to our dreams? Will they forever be stuck in our head? Do you even get to dream when you're dead? I promise, I'm human. I'm a dreamer, just like anyone else. And as I look down from this dangling necklace, a gift from you to me, I see that my heart is now broken train tracks. Demons spent years picking them up, replacing the track marks with white cement. Once bloody footsteps are now covered with white cement. A trail that once led up north is now covered with white cement. Sacred burial grounds are now covered with white cement. Is anything even sacred to you people? Our ancestors, they sleep no more. They dream no more. And now those demons want you to forget that they ever struggled to sleep in the first place. Death is scary. But that shit alone makes living even scarier. What if the sun doesn't rise in the morning? What if dawn never arrives? What if the rooster stays in bed? What if tomorrow is a lie? What will happen to our dreams? Will they forever be stuck in our head? Do you even get to dream when you're dead? I picture cold blood, frozen skin. This loose liquid drips down my noose. I am dying. The clan that stands around me like picnic. I am centerpiece, topic of conversation. I am trending. And as I take my last breaths, I see black bodies being hosed down while they're screaming freedom. And as I take my last breaths, I see black bodies being shot down while they're screaming freedom. And as I take my last breath, I see black bodies being burnt down while screaming freedom. I have a dream. Bam! I pray with white brothers. Bam! I'm just trying to get home. Bam! Please! Bam! No! Bam! Stop! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! Please undo this noose. I didn't choose this. Please, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I was human, but now I sleep no more. I dream no more. Like you wanted, I promise.
Machine guns are pointing at us. Must be a poisonous autumn or a violent spring. Yellow leaves are slicing our ankles. We are running together, but not. Fear, murder of crows, flying into our mouths, lacerating our throats, and migrating to the heat in our lungs. Somehow, she is not protecting me. Inside, smoke screams, why isn't she holding my hand? It would only make sense if we are crows. Scorched union of black feathers, separated by gunfire. Why isn't she holding my hand? Instead, like an offering to the moon, she lays me down. Blades of grass beneath me prickling my skin like a familiar carpet. Am I less afraid now? Or more confused? Hands, crow's feet resting on my body, digging into my legs, making a nest of me. Making a nest of me. fear still boiling in my lungs. Murder of crows fly out of my mouth.
If I was a man, black man in the world, I love it, baby.
I would just walk right up to the stars, hand in hand. Just walk right up to the stars, hand in hand. If I was the last black man in the world,
I love it, baby.
I would just walk right up to the stars, hand in hand. Just walk right up to the stars, hand in hand. Because if I touched each supernova, I wouldn't want to come back. For this earth is cold. Stone Cold Steve Austin stunners from my oppressor's repertoire. It's a steel cage match. Hell in the cell. I can't run. The American flag has me in an ankle lock. The Constitution has me in a chokehold. The Declaration of Independence just rock bottomed me. I am nothing but a spectacle to them. They have treated me as a mannequin and have attempted to dress me in white ideals. I am nothing but an object to them. A possession mutilated by their tumorous tactics. They talk to me as if I were the first black man they have ever seen. Why is your hair so kinky? Are you sure you don't want to cut it? Did you steal that suit you have on? I mean, if you didn't steal that, okay, what about the watch? Did you steal that too? Did you ever get sunburned? I mean, don't you already think you are black enough? They talk to me as if my body were a maul directory for rhetorical questions. A voice inside of my mind tells me to get out. For these whites, since my melanin is finer than gold, they have tried the hypnosis on me a few times, yet my mind's eye wasn't having it. They have tried to unhook me from the cosmos a few times, yet my mind's eye wasn't having it. They have tried to traffic my organs like they did my brothers and sisters a few times. Still, my mind's eye wasn't having it. They wasn't about to perform no melanin transfusion on me. That's why I decided to just walk right up to the stars, hand in hand. Just walk right up to the stars, hand in hand. Because when I touched each supernova, I didn't want to come back.
Is always a sacrifice. Melanin 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 is always a sacrifice. And I hear this being echoed from the gun's barrel. White people will adopt me and then never tell me how whiteness will commodify this brown body. White girl will ask if my ash is of dirt. White mother will say, what's wrong with going to the tanning salon? Brown brother will call me the N-word and act like that's his own language. Black roommate will laugh at me for protesting a stadium built in North Philadelphia. Sometimes I have to channel my inner hood for when everyone forgets theirs, for when the weed forgets its roots and finds a new name in its mouth, for when brother longs for Guatemala, forgets it's in his blood, forgets that he has this blood, wears his privilege on his sleeve while I'm still trying to find mine. My privilege seeps in my pores but does not bleach my skin, does not turn it white, so there is no guilt. My privilege is always a balancing act. I'm always checking in on myself, but there's always something weighing me down, because when there's an act of violence against my people, My people, when I mean to say my people, I mean to say I am a combination of so many things that whiteness will try to rid of me, because whiteness in itself is a property. It will try to own you. It will try to kill, it will try to own you. It will try to kill you, yank you clean, make you forget. But I just don't know how to do that. Because I've been birthed to be the giving tree. So how do you craft yourself as slate? So how do you craft yourself anew? How do you craft yourself a slate? When the world is so mosaic?
begging for your attention, refusing to be ignored. What you gonna do when you come face to face with the elephant? Stomping around, shaking the earth, sending shakes to those who were once undisturbed? The elephant used to be a beautiful creature, but it was robbed of its ivory and injected with poisonous blood. Now it taunts you, constantly reminding you of your oppression, constantly soaking in the candy cane of privilege and your blood. So what you gonna do when you've had enough? The elephants sprinkled crack like snowfall, labeled the sick as criminals and brought on the new slaves. The elephants been stealing us for years, and now 64,000 black girls done been missing from a land that promised to protect, but I guess that's what happens when these elephants become our leaders. Rapers of our land, plague to the shades, stripping us of our voices and invading our spaces, forcing themselves into our homes. The elephants are in the room, claiming they found it first, calling me a foreigner. The elephants are in the damn room, and I never wanted them here.
Make it through life. And I say that statement with pride. The hood has a stigma for danger, a stigma for brokenness, a stigma for hopelessness. But for the people that actually live there, it's not how we view it. We love each other because we're unloved. We're each other's biggest fans. We are blood kin, soldiers at arms, in a world that uses us as animals, locks us behind proverbial concrete cages till it can gentrify it, paint over our color, baptize us with whitewash, load us up with anger, then shoot us down on camera, steal our sisters' hairstyles, call it trending, steal our brothers' freedom, call us savages, steal our loved ones' bodies, and they got the nerve to call it trophy, call it jungle fever. Jungle fever. Fever. So what you're saying is, it takes an illness to accept us, to love us, to care for us. Well, I'm sick too. I'm sick of your diet racist bullshit, so you can take your one black friend, that Yeezus album you love so much, and shove them both up your ass because I'm tired of hearing about it. I've played the good role for too long, and I'm too damn good of an actor to be pigeonholed, so I'm gonna change that role. Because I can't see how you love our culture, pay royalties, but not love the royalty that made it, created it. And royally, I get pissed off when I remember that y'all forgot the color purple was royal in the first place. So, when we spilled our tea in the shade for y'all to see, it wasn't enough. So we sipped it quietly, and it still wasn't enough. So now my internal hood is external, because y'all gonna see us. From the moment you stepped into the hood, our home, and tried to delete us, you made it personal.
I look into mirrors deeply. Sometimes my soul seems closer than what it appears. Patterns of stardust have congregated from the galaxies to sculpt me. Even if I forget to remind myself just how cosmic I am, stairs of hairs spiraling around one another like DNA strands. My hairline is still not straight. And my blackness still remains as bait in a sea of capitalistic carnivores cutting cops' checks to murder and murder and murder kings who look like me. So yes, Mommy and Daddy, I see you through me. Sometimes my eyes speak stories of pain, emptiness, and conceit. Sometimes my eyes speak stories of pain, emptiness, and conceit that are stationed in my psychosis like slave catchers on the next black body. I see brown, I see black, I see tribal residue severed off every time a hair particle falls. My brown spotted top lip reminds me of the tobacco leaves that hung from this mountaintop of despair, pulsating muscles in my body like cardiac.
This is about to stack up. With my last dying breath, I will tell you I was born a time bomb. With my days numbered, being black and a woman is writing and not being heard until you are written into eulogies. If they come for me, tell them I was waiting, that I've already planned my escape route, that one foot is always pointing to the nearest exit, that they are ready to hit the ground running. They will come for my soil as if my feet weren't already planted here. These feet will not walk away in defeat. This soil will not be handed in submission. Take it from me. Snatch the soil from my feet. Lift my feet from the ground. They will bring me closer to God, but I do not fear death. I've already wrestled with it. Just spent my days on earth planning the reunion. So come for me. My hands will not raise in obedience. They will rise with closed fists, war ready. Plant your flag here. My fists will find settlement in your face. Come with guns blazing. I will take my bullet wounds with knee-jerk reflexes. Come for my land, for my culture, for my life. My life has already multiplied itself into poetry. My life has already become immortal in my writing. My life has already written itself into memoir. So if they come for me, they've made themselves the death wish.
And if they come for me, I will be ready, with hardened muscles and clenched jaw. I will raise fists made of simple flesh and bone, but they will stop the world from spinning. And if they come for me, and you are not yet taken, run and hide. Don't fight by my side. There is no magic left if the two of us die. I will cover you up and steal you away. These simple fists will fight for you as they fight for me, because even though they are just flesh and bone, they are filled with fantasy, enough to stop the world from turning, enough to stop. They can paint an image of a better life. They can write new ways to love you. They can feel your skin and run through your hair to remind you it's not yet lost. And if they come for me, I will harden my muscles and raise these simple fists in an act of protest. These simple fists will smash down upon the ground and crumble away their sure footing. These simple fists will rise up to the sky and tear open the sun and make it impossible for them to keep living. These simple fists are made of simple flesh and bone, but they will stop the world from spinning. These simple fists were not made to fight, but if they come for me, they are coming for you, and you need to keep on living.
If they come for me, I will go where I am summoned.
And if they come for me, I'll just remind them I'm God.
If they come for me, it's personal.
If they come for me, I will warrant the fire.
And if they come for me, I will fight to the death.
And if they come for me, me and my ancestors will be ready.
And if they come for me, you got the wrong person.
If they come for me, I let them know I'm not afraid to die in a world that's not my own.
And if they come for me, I let them know my whole town knows that and we treat them like a neighbor.
If they come for me, they'll know it's just the beginning.
And if they come for me, I'll loose the shackles that bind me.
And
And if